Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Love is in the air, and for our next guest, it speaks to her differently than it does everyone else. Dubbed the Psychic Matchmaker on TLC, Deborah Graham has come to the rescue for your Valentine's Day conundrums. Deborah, we're so excited to have you. You look lovely, by the way, in your pink on this Valentine's.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day to you guys, too, as well. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Okay, so Deborah, tell us really quick a little background here. How did you become the Psychic Matchmaker?
Ooh, I'll give you the 30-second version. It's a blessing and a curse. It's with me 24/7, 7 days a week. I like to say my antennas are always buzzing. I started seeing premonitions around the age of 6 years old. So they came to me in dreams. They came to me through visions. And of course, I'm third generation. It was my mom, my grandmother, and then myself. So it's in the family. So it wasn't like boo-hooed as a child when I started connecting and started feeling things. And then I would say over 30 years ago, I had a client come to me that was coming in just for a medium reading that recently wife passed away. And he began to come to me once, twice a week. So I felt like he was becoming a bit more codependent. Long story short, I had a client that also lost her husband. So I connected them. And about 6 months later, they ended up getting married.
Wow.
And on his deathbed, he told me I gave him the best 5 years ever. And he told me that this is my calling and this is what I should be doing. And boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. 30 years later, here we are.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. And also, too, Deborah, in addition to your show on TLC, you have a book and you also have a podcast as well. Tell us about those.
The book is The Psychic Connection with Deborah. I mean, the podcast is The Psychic Connection with Deborah Graham, and you can listen to it on all platforms wherever you listen to your podcast. The book is Deborah Graham's Psychic's Guide to Attracting and Keeping Your Own True Love. And it's about the 5 secrets of love. Now, some people won't do one of them. It gets a little tough. But if you could really follow the rules, this will really help you get to a whole, perfect, and complete relationship, because who doesn't want love? So the first rule is, on a date, you should always have direct eye contact, because people who are keeping their heads up their apps, they're not communicating. And basically, they just don't have the time for you. It's important when you're out on that first time date. Don't talk too much about your ex and all your bad energy, because nobody wants that luggage, because they're going to run from you like a bat out of hell. Number 3 is stay monogamous for 3 months. That means don't have any physical intercourse. Now, that's a really tough one. But if you could really stay 3 months, you could kiss, you could hug, you could touch, but refrain from actual, being monogamous, trying to not have any intercourse for those 3 months. That's going to have a long-lasting relationship. And last but not least, my rule of 3 is going out with the same person within 3 dates, within 3 weeks. And that will help you for a long-lasting relationship. And of course, on the second date, if you're feeling that this person is what we call an energy vampire, that's when I say run, 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 will you still have your head attached to your body.
You know what I also love, too, about your advice? I love your personality that you bring with it. You're not only giving advice, Deborah, but you're giving it in a way, too, that is really easy to accept it, right? It's very personable. It's not like, you shouldn't do, you should do. It's, hey, and you know what? If you're feeling bad vibes, run, leave, trust yourself, right?
You have to trust your Gita. I call that the Gita. That's your own intuition. We all have psychic abilities, just as some of us, like myself, are more intuitive. And what makes me different than most psychics, I become you. I feel you. And not only I'm an intuitive matchmaker to help you, whether you're in a relationship or trying to rekindle your relationship after 30 or 40 years, I'm like a human weed whacker. I'm here to help you get rid of the cobwebs, clear out the old, and really help you identify. But the first rule is never, I repeat, never, ever change your looks, change who you are. Don't be something to dress and impress to make that person want you, because if they want you to change, then guess what? That person is just not so into you.
That's right. They're not the one for you. Well, we would love to see you in action. We have the lovely Valentine here with us. She is one of our news producers here at KTVB. And, Kara, how do you feel about getting a Valentine's reading?
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Deborah, Kara, Deborah.
All I need is your birthday, month and date only. This is how I do it, whether I'm doing a live reading, whether it's Zoom, in person, or over the phone. It doesn't matter. Just need that birthday so I can chime into your energy.
All right, it's June 26th.
Woo! You're high vibration. What you see is what you get, but you are all over the place. You're the kind of person, you are a problem solver. So when you're trying to do things, you try to fix everybody and try to give to everybody before you take care of your needs, okay? I do feel like the door has opened. I feel like something old is ending. So it's like a past relationship cutting cords with, a new relationship is coming. So I feel like your twin flame is right around the corner. Actually, I see somebody tall. I see somebody dark headed, not a blonde hair, blue eye guy. In fact, stay away from the blondies because they're just not for you. And I feel intuitively, you need somebody who's a little bit more mature, because if you're with somebody your own age, you're going to get bored, girl. Would you agree or disagree? Be honest with me. You can't be with a young one. You need somebody a little bit older, maybe 3 to 5 years older.
I'm surprised to hear that. I'm intrigued.
Well,
Yeah,
the
actually,
reason
I'm
is
surprised to hear this, so
relationships
yeah.
haven't went your way. Being with somebody a little bit younger is going to be what you call a blood-sucking vampire, and you're a high vibrational person, okay? And you need somebody who can keep on keeping on, and somebody who's going to give you exactly what you need, okay? So do you particularly go for blonde hair, or do you go for blue eyes? And, you know, blonde hair or dark hair? What do you normally go?
My history
What's your
tells
mixture,
me
girl?
blonde, blue eyes, and younger.
Oh, wrong.
but-
Red
but
flag,
tall,
red
yes.
flag.
I mean, you nailed those. That's definitely. And
All
Leos
about the
or
wrong
some, you
place
know.
at the wrong time. And listen, that was okay because that was your for now, not your forever. And that's why the relationships didn't last and really come together the way they needed to. So now I feel like your energy is opening up because you're coming into a new ascension. And I feel like your strongest months are coming in December, January, and February 2025. Unfortunately, it's not this year.
Okay.
This year is about having fun, going out. It's kind of like putting on a new pair of shoes. If they fit, keep them on. If they don't fit, get rid of them and keep on keeping on until you find that right person. But I definitely do see a soulmate, a friend, a lover, a companion, somebody with the dark hair, dark eyes, somebody a little bit older. And I do see 2 children.
Okay.
And 2 children.
That would be
Oh,
ideal.
I'm loving this. Okay, Kara, you and I are going to have to be attached
Okay,
to the hip
so-
because I want to know how this all works.
I know we're talking December, right? You said
Yes.
December of this year and then January,
Yeah,
February.
December, coming into the end
Noted.
part of the year,
Okay.
we're looking at December,
Okay.
January, February.
Okay.
Because right now, this is just your time to have fun. So that's why you keep
Okay.
attracting the wrong
Nothing wrong with
person,
that.
otherwise known as the loser magnet. So you don't want the loser magnet. You want to connect with somebody who's going to be with you 30, 40 years down the road, somebody you could
Love it.
last with. And that's what I normally do. I don't tell the people the things they want to hear. I tell them exactly what I see. And that's what makes me very different than everybody else. Just like I told you, what you were going for and what you thought was right is not really what your energy is
Oh
calling.
my goodness, this is amazing. Deborah, where do people find you?
They could go to psychicdeborahgraham.com. That's psychicdeborahgraham.com. And if they want to be a live guest and get a free live reading on the air, they would also go to psychicdeborahgraham.com, say, I want to be live on the air. And don't forget to listen to the podcast, The Psychic Connection with Deborah Graham, wherever you listen to your podcast on all major platforms.
Wonderful. Deborah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that was very enlightening.
That's
Interesting.
exciting.
That
Yes,
is
I want to
exciting.
see how this all unfolds.
I'll keep you
Thank
noted.
you so much, Deborah, and
Thank
everyone.
you, girl. You got to do things differently, girl. It's time to clear
Get rid of
out
that
the
loser
old and
magnet,
bring
it
in
sounds
the new,
like.
girl. Start something new.
Bright
Wonderful. Thank
future
you.
for you, hon. Okay, everyone, stick around. More to come right here on Idaho Today, right after the break.